Hey everybody, Joy here. It's Friday. It's Friday already again. I can't believe that it's been an entire week since we went to see our friends in Texas. Time goes by so fast when you're old. I'm telling you, it just flies by. So, how y'all doing today? Say hello to me and tell me what you're doing. I had my Zoom with Philly. Let me take a sip and put this down before I throw it all over the room. You know I love my coffee. So here's the deal. Philly was making pants. So I said, okay, fine, I'll make pants. Let me get my props. You remember I wanted to make blue pants to go with this blouse. I made this blouse 2-3 years ago. I made it in Edmond when we had 2 houses, and now we have 2 houses, but one of them's on wheels. But the facing's sticking up. I used to think blue flowers were really dumb, and I never would buy blue flowers because I thought there's no such thing as blue flowers, there's only blueberries. But I love this so much I bought it anyway. It's gorgeous. I think it's a stretch. Yeah, it's a stretch sateen. Oh, it is so pretty. So I made this, but I haven't ever worn it, so I decided I was going to make blue pants out of this linen to go with it, okay? So, let me hang this back up. So I cut out the blue pants, but then I had enough of the blue linen left to make something else. So I thought if I can find a sleeveless pattern, I could get a sleeveless top. So this is all wrinkly, it's all done, but I've already had it thrown down the stairs to go get in the washing machine because it's got marks on it. Sneeze break, sorry. You remember the invisible zipper? It turned out real good. Once I found a foot close enough. I found out from Philly that Bernhardt has a invisible zipper foot, number 65, and it's just absurd what they charge for them, $59. But I'm going to go ahead and order it because their regular zipper foot, which is what they tell you to use, or any foot you have that can get close enough to the teeth after you press them flat, I could not get it to work yesterday. Because I want my zipper completely shut. I don't want any of it showing through the seam. And you can see nothing shows. Next time I do it, maybe I'll do it right with the forceps. That doesn't sound right. Forceps? Hold on. Yes, I should have been a doctor. I'd be using all the wrong instruments on my patients. So this is what they are. They're hemostats, I think. And so they have this little part up here where you can hook it so it can't open up. So no matter what you do, you can't open up. So they show you, if you watched Lucy over there at So Essential, she grabs it and then she pulls the zipper pull down to the long extra part. Remember, the zipper is way longer than it has to be. So she pulls the pull way down. I do this on regular zippers when I sew them in the old-fashioned way, so it wasn't that new to me. Then you sew, then you zip it back up where it goes. Then you shut the zipper. You have to sew over the zipper teeth, or because you've cut the bottom of the zipper, unless you want the whole bottom of the zipper hanging in there. But you have to sew over it so it won't come apart. So that's basically what it is. And these are the things, and I'm sure you can remember the name a lot better than I can. Here's how much I got done in my pants. I have this leg sewn together and this leg sewn together. So then you remember, I'll have to first go and serge the long seams. But you take one leg and you put it inside the other leg. Let me do it. Is this right side? You put right sides to right sides. It's not ready yet because I've got to serge those seams. So you put right sides to right sides, one leg inside the other. Then you line it up. I've shown you guys lots of times how to do this. Pants are easy. The hardest part about the pants is getting them to fit you. Getting the crotch. You want to know if the crotch is going to be right for you? Measure your crotch. Start at your belly button, take your measuring tape, go all the way around the back to where you want your waistband in the back, and measure it. I think I'm 26. So it's, 26 plus this has a casing already on top of it for the elastic. So then you sew around that big U shape, which is where your body is going to sit in your pant. Then this pant's done, except for the elastic and the hem. Pants are so easy. So then I will have this to go with my pretty blue and white blouse. I think I'll take it with me when I go to Arkansas. I'm still waiting. That NIRBC, they're just horrible about getting back with you, doing what they say they're going to do. Oh, I'd like to write a letter to somebody, but Jerry won't let me do it. But they're supposed to tell us, because they have things, they have events, and they have an agenda. And they say, we're going to play cards, we're going to go golf, we're going to have a dinner, we're going to dress up like Eskimos, whatever. But they're supposed to send it to you several weeks before you go. Last time they sent it like 6 weeks before, and I had time to make 2 dresses. But they still haven't sent it, and it's less than 3 weeks before we leave. So I'm upset with them about that. Does anybody care? No. All right, that's all I have to say for now. I'll be back in a second. It's late in the day. It's 4:20, and so I'm quitting. Eileen said, do you sew every day? Yes, I do. If I'm here in the house, I sew every day. But I do different things. So you remember the Editor Sitar Season in Blue Quilt Along? The first Wednesday of every month, she's giving us a quilting assignment to do. And this month, it was making these stars. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, I think I'd rather have a root canal than make any more of these stars. Maybe I need to just put that on the front of a shirt. Oh my goodness. Now, I forgot one of the things you're supposed to do, and I think it would have helped. You're supposed to starch your fabric first, and I did not. So, I think my star turned out a little too full, a little too big. Or I ironed it too much and pulled it off straight or something. So I think it's really cute. So I figure you have to make 5 of them. This is one, and it has to be put on a background, and it has to be appliqued down with a sewing machine. So 5 of them. So I figure if I do 1 star a day for 5 days, maybe I can get them all finished next week before we go on our vacation. So I'll show you the quilt that she made with all of these stars. See there? I tell you, that woman's got more patience. She has to sew every day, all day. So I, didn't look at this quilt and think, oh, I really want to make that. And now that I've made 1 star, I'm like positive I don't really want to make it. Mine doesn't want to lay down flat. It's a little too full. But when I get through with it, nobody will be able to know it, I hope. Maybe we'll just call it a design feature. And instead of, let me pin this little circle on here. Some people do hand turn applique. I'm not doing hand turn applique. But you can see, if I hold it up close, how it's kind of crinkled inside all of the blue points. It's not supposed to be crinkled. So I will work on it. By the time I get to number 5, it should lay really, really flat. And I hope I don't make myself make 6 of them just because this one isn't perfect. I'm kind of that type of a person. This is a ton of work. So this is my number 1, and then this is going to be my number 2, and then this is going to be my number 3, and then this is going to be my number 4, and then this is going to be my number 5 star. I'm not sure what background I'm going to use yet, but I have this whole bag of background fabrics that I bought from her, last year sometime. So I am so excited. I've just got a million choices there. All right, this is what I want to show you, is how I cut the circle. It's kind of a cool tool. Let me see, I have the package it came in so I can show you. This is it. It's called a CMP3, and it's a circle cutter. It is called the Rotary Circle Cutter. It has itty-bitty, teeny-weeny blades. You just use one of them. Evidently this came with 2, but if it did, I have no idea where the other one is. So this is it. I bought this at a show I went to with Philly years ago. So you put this down, and then it makes it stay, and then you move this around to cut. It has this little ruler on it, but it's mystery numbers. You don't know if it's centimeters, inches, or what it is. It's just lines, so you have no way of knowing. So I needed a 3-inch circle, so I just measured from this pointy thing to the blade. That blade's open right there. Two very sharp things. So I'm sure y'all can figure it out. But just in case you can't, let me get a scrap of material. All right, so we're going to take this out of the trash. Do you throw those away? I sure do. So you point this down, you put it down where that is, and then you run this around, see? It's not that easy to do because the fabric doesn't want to stay very good. But I bought this years ago when I became a quilter. When I bought my long arm, oh wait, it moved. This really is hard to do. I think you could do it with one hand, but you need to, it's not easy to do. There's probably a system that you're supposed to do, but I don't know what the system is. Somebody tell me. It worked. I gotta cut 4 more of these, so it better work. You know, it's hard to get your hand around. You know what you need? You know that cutting thing that goes around and around like a turntable? I think if you had that, it would work a lot better. Here's another scrap. Let's try it. If you had a way to hold it down, let's try putting a bunch of weights. Now you saw I did cut out that one circle. But you need a kind of a better system. Maybe you go like this. And then switch hands and keep going. If any of you know a better way to do this, please let me please let me know. I'm getting a circle here. Yeah, I am. Ta-da! Look at that! I got a circle. Yes. So, I would say start your fabric, hold it down some way, or get the turntable, and then you have to turn this the whole way around somehow. Probably, oh look at that. Oh my gosh, I think I just discovered something. Hold on. Just hold on. I think I just discovered something. What did you discover? Well, I don't know yet. Let me see. Let me tape that down. I don't know what I'm doing. Is that obvious? How are we supposed to learn anything when you don't even know what you're doing? Well, that's a good question. Okay, so I noticed this thing turns. See, like that? So maybe it has something to do with something. Let's see. All right, so you want that to stay down. And then you turn this. Yeah, that kind of helps a little bit. That kind of turns. There has to be a way. You know what? I bet there's a YouTube video. But see, I can kind of turn it better because that thing turns. Now, it didn't come apart too good right there. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. It has something to do with this being your handle and your turny thing. It has something to do with that. So I think I'll go on YouTube and I'll see if I can figure out how you're really supposed to use it so it comes out right the first time and every time. They probably invented a better invention by now. Oh, look how I just did. Did you see that? I think I have figured it out. So you hold the blade, then you take the handle out here and you turn it. Oh my gosh, I think I just figured it out. Yeah, you hold your handle. Okay, so you hold this and this. So you have one hand on this and one hand on this. Something like that. The man at the show, he just cut out circle after circle after circle. So that's better. That's better. What I just did is better. But it seems like this sharp, sharp pen, which has a little protector thing, by the way, that sharp, sharp pen, it should stick better. You push this up and down to protect the blade. Take your protector off, put your thing down, then it turns one way. Which way does it turn? It turns this way. So see, go like that. See? Look, see? That looks good, right? Ah! I'll have to do it again for my other 4 stars, so I'll keep you posted on my progress, but I think that's it. So, that's it for today. I'm going to go find Sideburns. I wanted him to take me out to dinner last night, but then he said there was a tornado warning, so I said that's okay, I'll cook. And he got the internet all fixed. He got it all fixed, so I'm just so proud of him. Here, let me cover up this blade before I forget. There we go. So we can get in the coach inside the metal barn, and we have better internet there than we have in here, because he fixed it. So he's a genius. So I'm going to go find him and see if he wants to take me out to dinner to celebrate him fixing the internet. Does that make sense to anybody? All right, there's my first star. We'll see what I get done tomorrow. I'll be back. It is unbelievably shocking what can happen from one snippet to the next. You guys are not even going to believe this. I can't even believe it, and I did it. I did it. Oh, I have never had a rotary cutter accident before, but I had a doozy yesterday. A doozy. So you know how I was showing you I was cutting circles, and I looked it up online to see how you're supposed to do it, and actually you're just supposed to move this thing around. Just hold this and go around in a circle. So I had this open, and I had cut this circle, and I think y'all saw me cut this circle, and I was just really excited. And I was going to get another star block made yesterday. Remember I said I was going to make one a day? Now, one would think that one wouldn't have to be totally worried about cutting themselves on this thing. Wouldn't one think that? Well, one would be wrong. I cut myself really, I know it doesn't look bad now. It's very deep and quite long, both fingers. I just did the craziest thing, and I want to show it to you, if I can do it without cutting myself again. Let me close that one. My hand's so sore. So let me show you. You know, what I did should have worked. It should have worked. Lift that up. This might be defective. I'm trying to open the blade. Okay, I should sue the company because this should not have happened. So you see this little black thing here? Let me get this out. I can hardly use my hands. Hold on a second. Let me move that away a little bit. Okay, so you see this little black thing and this little black thing. And this little black thing and this little black thing. They're hooked together. They're the same piece. They're together. Now, do I have this down? So you lift this to expose the blade, and you put this down. Believe me, I'm not getting near it today, to close the blade. Well, yesterday, it was open, and I picked this up, and I grabbed it by this black thing and this black thing. So I was down here instead of up here. So I grabbed this to pull it down, only it didn't move. It didn't move. I had my thumb on one side, this finger on the other side. Remember, the blade was open. The blade was open. I'm not going to do it again, don't worry. So I grabbed this black thing and that black thing and wrapped my thumb on it. And even if it did go down, it's just me, it's just stupid, it's just me being stupid. Actually, it's obvious that if you held that, it's going to cut you. But for some reason yesterday, I thought that holding this part instead of this part would make it go down. Well, it went down all right. Remember, actually you have to squeeze it a little bit. Oh, I'm seeing now you have to squeeze it a little bit. Know your tools, know your tools, know your tools. So yesterday I grabbed it like this, but my finger and my thumb were across the blade. They were across it. I wasn't looking at it, obviously. And I slid it down. Well, when I did, one half of the blade went through my thumb and the other half went through my finger, right here. The total depth of the blade, which thank God it's a little blade. And not only did it go all the way in, it rolled all the way down. So it sliced me real good. Oh my goodness, is this shut now? So be careful. You know how to close, how to open. Oh my goodness. It bled and it bled. I was going to show you a picture. Now if you all get sick at the sight of blood, close your eyes and don't look at them. I'm going to show you a picture that I took. Because I want you to be sure you don't ever do this. I'll show you a picture right here. I was down in the kitchen and Jerry was helping me and I had my arm up. I had my arm up for almost 45 minutes before that thing quit bleeding. It bled and it bled. I must have gone through 25 paper towels. Bled and bled and bled and bled, even with it up in the air. So finally Jerry squeezed my arm like a tourniquet and he was helping me hold it up in the air and it finally quit bleeding. It just poured. Oh my goodness. I just can't even believe. And so I've kind of rigged up some butterfly bandages. Is that what you call them? Where you pull the cut shut and then wrapped around that. Yesterday I couldn't bear to touch it. Both of my fingers just throbbed. They throbbed for hours and hours and hours. But I found these old pain pills. They're from 2013. And a doctor prescribed them to me in 2013 for some varicose vein surgery I had done. And they were still in the car. I never used them because I didn't need them. I mean, that didn't hurt that bad. It didn't hurt like this. But these were just throbbing. So Jerry gave me one of those and I slept most of the afternoon. And then I took one last night and I slept last night. So today they're not throbbing anymore. They're not bleeding anymore. They're okay. I put a plastic glove on and taped it to take a shower so I could wash my hair. But just, oh my goodness, be so careful. Be so careful. You know, what they should have done is made this be a different color up here. Made it be a different color, made it stick out farther, something. Because see, when you move this, it keeps your finger and your thumb away. It keeps it away from the blade. When I put my hand down there, oh my gosh. I've determined I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm going to be the boss of it. I'm going to learn how to use it safely. Because I'm not going to quit sewing and quilting because I cut my fingers. But oh my goodness, I just thank God. I told Philly this morning, I said, I'm so thankful I have more than 2 fingers. And she said, and 2 hands, because she had surgery on her hand and her shoulder one time, and it was her right one, and she had to learn to do things with her left one. So, anyhow, I'm going to cut out my little hoosies now. These little thingies here, you have to cut them out. You have to have 12 of them, see? And I starched it this time. I starched the fabric. I mean, I was really making great progress here until I sliced my finger. So, be very, 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 very careful, my friends. These rotary cutters are sharp. Look what I found. When I rearranged my cupboard, I found this glove in there. And I thought, why do I have one gardening glove in my cupboard? I remembered, sort of, that I thought I had ordered a glove that you're supposed to use to keep from cutting yourself with a rotary cutter. Although I don't know why I would have ordered just one. I ordered some more yesterday, some pink ones. I ordered 2 of them. So I don't know why I have just one unless they think the hand that you've got the cutter in you're not going to cut yourself with. But I'm pretty sure that's what this is for. and I'm not going to try it out to see. I did run the cutter over it just a little bit, and it didn't do anything, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. So I would recommend that. I think once you've cut yourself, see, my fingers aren't very sensitive anymore, thank goodness. If I don't poke them right where the cuts are, they don't hurt me. And I've got those butterfly bandages on underneath, and I'm holding them together. So my whole hand is okay, and it doesn't throb, and these don't hurt unless I touch them. So I was able to make all my points today. 12 of these, 12 of these, 12 of these, and 12 of these. So tomorrow, I'm not going to do any more today, but tomorrow I'll sew all of the other pieces in between all these pieces, and then I'll have my 5 stars done. So I hope next month on this Season in Blue quilt along with Edita, I hope next month it's like one simple little block, a square and a square or something. Because this month is just too much. My goodness. But I bet this quilt will be gorgeous when we get it done. And if it doesn't have a lot of triangle piecing, I will probably actually finish it. Unlike the last mystery quilt of last year that had all those triangles and you used the Alaska ruler with it. That's another never again for me. I was hoping my friend Avondra would come and help me finish putting it together. But that hasn't worked out yet. But maybe sometime in the future. She puts quilts together in a day. She's amazing. She is a much, much better, more advanced quilter than I am. Well, probably all of you are. I don't quilt that much. So, gonna let you go for today. It's Sunday afternoon. My husband's over doing something in the barn. I don't know what. But I think if I put a plastic glove on my hand so I don't get my fingers wet, I think I can put something together for dinner tonight. It's 4:30. I keep looking to see, did I change? Do you keep looking at your clocks thinking, did I change the clocks? Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It is March. Is it March 21? I think it's March 21, 2023. And continuing my snippets. Look what I made. Look what I made. I couldn't wait to show somebody. I wore it last night and showed it to Bernhardt, and he went, "Oh, that is gorgeous." That's a big compliment coming from him. And my cuts. I know I told you about my cuts in my last snippet. So here's my cuts as of now. I don't think there's enough light for you to see them. But you can see I've got less bandages, just trying to hold the cuts together so they heal together and not separate. And they don't hurt unless I touch them. If I touch something where the actual cut is, ouch. So we try not to do that. But I was able to take a shower and put on a plastic glove and fix my hair and stuff. So I will certainly remember to not do that cutting thing with a rotary cutter ever again. So how about this fabric? Is this just beautiful? This, of course, was the lengthwise of the fabric, but I decided instead of making it go around me, I would make it go up and down. So it fits me perfect, except I've got to finish losing another 5 pounds because I do not want my belly sticking clear up here under my bra. And you can see I'm working on it. I'm doing better. Look there. I showed Jerry this morning. He said, "Wow, I can't believe you've lost so much," but I have a whole lot more to lose, believe me. So I'm going to work on that, but it hangs from the shoulders. So everything from here down, you know, is just what it is. And it's got a cap sleeve. Here's the cap sleeve. It isn't finished yet. But this pattern is wonderful. What pattern is this? I've made this so many times, I'm going to have to get a new envelope. This is Simplicity 1698. I don't know if it's still available, but if it is, get it. Every time I wear one of these tops, you guys say, "What pattern is that? What pattern is that?" It's this pattern. So I decided that for this event I'm going to, that I wanted a cowl neck, and I wanted it to have a seam under the bust. Because, let me back up. What event, you say? Well, you know, we're going on this trip. It's for RV owner people, and it's kind of a club you belong to. And so they have these events. Remember the last one was James Bond, and I made a James Bond dress? Well, this one is, of all things, which I know zilch about, is Kentucky Derby. So I saw the sign that said it was going to be Kentucky Derby. I thought, Kentucky Derby, doesn't that have something to do with horses? So I told Jerry, I said, I know what. I said, I can get one of those horses like you had when you were little. You know, they're like on a stick, and then there's a horse at the top, and I could like ride in there. He said, if you do, you'll be riding it alone. So I got on the internet, and I just searched Kentucky Derby dresses for women. Something like that. And all of these YouTubes come up, all of these pictures come up, and it looked to be like most of these people were on cruises. So evidently cruise ships must have Kentucky Derby nights or something. Insofar as clothes, the women just had dresses on. Could have been a skirt, a blouse, a dress, a long dress, a short dress, just a dress. The clothes were no big deal, but the hats were the whole deal. Hats, great big hats, feathers sticking out everywhere. I don't know how you're supposed to sit next to somebody at a table without everybody's hat hitting each other. But I hate hats. I have a little head. And hats, if I bought a hat, it would just come down. I wouldn't even have a face. It'd be down past my eyebrows and over my ears. I wouldn't even have a face. So I looked, and there's this other thing that you can do. It's called a fascination or something, a fascinator. And it's like part of a hat, the fluffy part of the hat, and you just like stick it to the side of your head. So, may still be too big for me. I may have to cut it down. But I ordered 3 different ones yesterday in blue from Amazon. So when they get here, I'll have to practice seeing, you know, if I can wear those crazy things or not. I'll keep one, send the rest back. But I started to tell you, when I first looked at the pictures and I saw the women weren't wearing anything fancy, just dresses with a hat, I thought, oh, I'll just order one from Amazon. So I looked on Amazon. I found knit dresses with the seam under the bust. No cowl, just a T-top, 3/4 sleeves. I ordered 4 or 5 different ones, 6 different ones I think. All the same dress, but it came in, dozens of different prints. So it was basically like this without the cowl, and it had longer sleeves. 2 of them came right away. Same dress, same size, exact same dress, same company. I mean, I just ordered one print and one another print. I tried the first one on, I ordered them in large. I tried the first one on and it was way too big. You know, the seam under the bust, it was just huge. I thought, well, I guess I could take that in. Well, let's try the other one on. So I tried the other one on. The other one was so tight I couldn't breathe. Same dress, same style, same size. I said, these are trash. Not only that, when I put it on, you could see my skin through it. This, if you hold it up to the light, you can see through it a little bit, but when it's on, you can't see my skin or my bra behind it. So those went back. I canceled the others, however many I ordered, and I said, I'm going upstairs and we'll make a dress. So I found this fabric in my stash, and in a couple hours, I had this put together. The pattern was already Palmer and Pleshed, because I've made it how many times, and I've made the top. So all I did was lengthen it to the floor. That's all I did, and cut it out and put it together. And the wonderful thing about this pattern is all you have to do is finish the back neck. It's kind of fussy. You sew 5/8 inch down, and then you fold it. Why is that string sticking out? Then you fold the 5/8 inch, then you tuck it under so you end up with a skinny hem on the back neck. And then the front finishes itself because it just hangs down in here. See, this is a raw edge in here, and it just hangs down inside. So the front is super easy. So there's no hemming left on the top. All I have to do is finish the sleeves and hem it. And this is done. So that's my Kentucky Derby dress. What does the back look like? The back is solid black. Solid black. And the front has the border print on it. So yeah, Jerry said, he was even watching basketball and he said, wow, that is pretty. So I told him, I'm on a diet. You're going to have to feed yourself. We're having one meal a day, and the rest of the time I'm having shakes, no carbs, no bread, no rice, no spaghetti, no pasta. So this morning I had 3 scrambled eggs. Nothing else, just the eggs. And I had bell pepper and onion and tomatoes that I cooked a little bit in some bacon grease. And then I poured the eggs on top, so I had this really ugly omelet, but hey, whatever works. Lucy has my measurements, except I've filled in clear up here. That's what I hate about my belly, is it's like come up to here. Oh, I hate it. So we're working on getting rid of this. Got a real good start. Most of that is bloating is what it is. And the bloating comes from the carbs. And in my case, I retain water, so I have to really watch the salt. But I'm going to do it. You watch. I'll put this on when I've lost some more weight. My waist, oh gosh, I pray. My belly button waist, I pray it goes down at least 2 inches. But we shall see. I've only got 2 weeks. Oh, I have ordered something, one of those sucky garment things. I've ordered several of them in the past, but I've never ordered Spanx brand. I ordered Shaper Mint, and every one I got, I sent back. They have these advertisements that say, oh, they never roll down, they're just amazing. Every single one I've ever gotten rolls down, and I've gotten them like up to here, halfway down my thigh, and they just roll down, roll down. So yesterday I ordered one from Spanx that has straps, and it hits you underneath your bra. So it comes from under your bra all the way halfway down. Of course my legs are okay, but still it comes halfway down your thigh. And I ordered a black one to wear underneath this. So I don't know, but I figure with the straps, hopefully it won't roll down on me and I can wear it under this. We shall see. Knowing me, I'll think it's uncomfortable and I won't wear it. But maybe like last time I didn't wear the James Bond dress because the weather was really bad. Oh, I hope the weather is nice this weekend that we're going there. It's actually middle of the week, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's what it is. And so I'm just praying that the weather is nice. Because, you know, who wants to dress up in a thunderstorm? You know, nobody. So, me and Lucy. And I got my Star Wars blouse on. I just wanted to try this. I don't know how much I've shown you of this thing, but I decided I just want to try it to see if I could do it. And so I tried it, and I did it, and I was real proud of it. And then somebody said, well, you look like you're in the Star Wars outfit. So I had it on in the bathroom a while ago, and I told Jerry, I said, I'm going to cut this off right here. And he said, no, you aren't. I really like that. You leave it alone. So I guess men like Star Wars. If you can get this pattern, get it. It has a wonderful cowl. Now you have to use drapey fabric. This is an ITY knit. You can get ITY knits at fabricmarkfabrics.com. And I think I actually got this one from Peggy Sagers at Silhouette Patterns. Pour the lumps and the bumps in, Lucy. I don't have this on her. I just have it pinned to the front of her and she already has clothes on, okay? So just ignore the lumps and the bumps. They're not really there. It's just what's underneath her. So that's what I'm doing today. And I'm also going to make my pajamas today. I wore again the last 2 nights. My favorite pajamas that I made, my favorite nightgown, that's made out of this double brushed polyester, whatever it is. Oh, it is just so soft. Now I got this at Joann several weeks ago. It's all cut out, ready to put together. So I'm going to sew this together today so I can wear a different nightgown. I took it off this morning and I said, good grief, I'm getting sick of looking at this myself. So I'm going to make this one and maybe cut out another one to take with us in the coach. Because it looks like it's pretty long. It comes down below my knees. So it looks like you have a dress on. You know, you could wear it in the morning. You could go outside the coach and, you know, still be decent. So I think I will make this. Let's hold it up and see. Where's the front? Where's the back? That's the back. This is the front. Dolman sleeves. So easy. See? It's really long. So this, I'm going to make this next. I'm still working on the Editor Sitar Season in Blue Block of the Month. Although my fingers, when I cut my fingers, they were hurting too much to really do much fiddly piecing. So that's why I decided to make myself a Kentucky Derby dress yesterday. We aren't going to Kentucky, so I don't know why they're having a Kentucky Derby. We're going to Arkansas. And I printed out all the paperwork and I still can't remember the name of the RV park. But it's not that far. I think it's only like a 4-hour drive from here, which is awesome. Our friends that are parking right next to us that we're going to meet there, they have an 8-hour drive. But she helps drive. I haven't done that yet. He won't let me. Are you kidding? He keeps saying he's going to teach me, but it keeps not happening. So, anyhow, I'm going to let you go for this snippet. I'll be back. Good Friday morning, everybody. It's Friday again. I decided I need to wind up this snippet video because it's been going on for too long. Let me take a sip of my brand new fresh cuppa with a whip of crema. So y'all know my friend Philly by now. And you know that every Thursday we do Zoom now. So she texted me Wednesday and she said, well, what are we going to do this week? I said, well, how about we work on a quilt? I need to work on my Block of the Month by Editor Sitar. No, it wasn't Wednesday. It was several days before then. I think it was last weekend. She said, what are we going to do next time? And I said, well, I need to get my Block of the Month done, my stars. So how about we work on a quilt? Oh, no, I don't want to work on a quilt. They're all put away. I haven't worked on them forever. So the day before, she texted me and said, okay, I've decided I'm going to work on a quilt. I'm telling you. So, miracle of miracles. I tell you, I don't ever want to make one of these again ever as long as I live. They were hard for me. I'm not sure I picked a good combination of blues to do mine with. I chose one color of the dark for each of mine. I noticed that editors are different, scrappy all the way around the star. I decided to make mine the same. So I have my 5 star blocks. And I'll hold them up real quick and show them to you. I have them glued to the background. That's 1. And we'll not be doing any close-ups. That's 2. Oh, I'm telling you. If you don't do something all the time, you kind of have to just learn it again. This was my first one, and it came out kind of full. There's fullness. I think I already showed you that. I don't care. It's getting used anyway. And you can see I used all different backgrounds for mine. So that's my 5. And so you put sashing in between these. This must be a whole row of the quilt. Because sashing. But before I do that, I have to take them to the sewing machine and I have to applique all of these down. I was thinking of this in the middle of the night when I couldn't sleep. My husband's phone. My phone never goes off. Several weeks ago, I got this thing saying, what time do you go to bed? And I thought, well, how stupid. Who cares when I go to bed? And so then I tried to set an alarm and it said, what time do you go to bed? And I'm like, who cares? I go to bed at different times and I always go the same time. So it wouldn't let me set an alarm with some goofy update until I told him when I went to bed. So anyway, from when it thinks, it dings. At 10:30 at night, it dings. It's time for you to go to bed. I mean, is this just unbelievable? Unbelievable. Getting in your business. And so then I told it that I wake up at 7 in the morning. So it goes, ding, time for you to wake up. But between all those hours, my phone is silent. It doesn't make any noise. But not his. And he's been setting his to go off in the morning to get up at 6 o'clock. Although he never waits for the alarm, he always gets up before it goes off. So, and I hate his phone because it doesn't shut off and he gets warnings and things at night. So we went to bed, 10 o'clock last night. I'm sleeping good and his phone comes on and says, "There's a severe thunderstorm warning in your area." And so, okay, so now I'm awake. And so I start to go back to sleep, and just a little bit later, quite a while, probably 5 minutes later maybe, and says, "There's a severe thunderstorm warning in your area." So now I'm wide awake. So from about 11 till 3 last night, I was awake, I was wandering, I was sitting on my joy couch, I was eating half a banana. Just, so frustrating. The good thing is, this is his last day of physical therapy. He's still not able to lift his arm up above his head. So he has to have an MRI on Monday, and we are praying he doesn't have to have surgery, but if he does, he does. So here's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star blocks. I'm thinking today that I will start trying to get them sewn. I will put a backing on this, tearaway backing on this. Probably that, that press, the stuff that you iron and it sticks on it. I'm not sure what you call it, but I know I have some of it. And then it's tearaway and you just tear it all off when you're done. So I'll probably put that on the back. I definitely have to sew around the circle because the circle's raw edges. But that's all the raw edges. So I can just lightly sew around the rest of it. Oh, I started to tell you, my mind. Here. Still got Band-Aids on my fingers. Because if I pick something up, I'm always poking my fingers. And if it pokes in the actual cuts, it still hurts. It's like, ah! But they're pretty well healed and they look great. I showed them to Philly yesterday. She said, "Wow, you really healed fast. Praise God for that." Isn't it wonderful how God made our bodies to heal? I mean, really, think about that. It's amazing. So I think I'll just sew lightly. Oh, and in the middle of the night, is she ever going to tell us about the middle of the night, George? I'm going to tell you right now. Other than the circle in the middle that has raw edges, I was thinking maybe I would sit and hand applique these stars on here. I've never done that. But I wonder, you know, if it would be a relaxing thing to do while Jerry watches basketball or something. You know? And it would look a whole lot nicer because it wouldn't show. So I'm thinking about that, but of course I can't do it with the circle because I didn't make the circle a 1/4 inch bigger to fold under. It's already the size it's supposed to be. But I think these are real pretty. They're going to go together in a row with sassings in between. Then there's another thing. You know about the ABC challenge at Fit Nice. Y'all know about that. I just made this. Can you bear with me? Just so sorry. I'll cut out all the sipping. Hey, I watched I call him Dr. Bergenberry. I never could remember either one of their names, so I named him Bergenberry. So I watched Dr. Bergenberry, and I found a new one this morning, and I actually remember his name. Y'all watch him. If you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis and you've had one of those DEXA scans, watch this. Watch it. I promise you, you will love it. It's awesome. Dr. Peter Osborne, and his channel is just Peter Osborne. And you know, you never know if these people are real doctors, or, you know, I could say I'm Dr. Joy Bernhardt, who would know? So, anyway, I loved what he had to say, and it makes perfect sense. So no prescription drugs for me. My bones are just fine, the way they're supposed to be, the way God made them to be, and I'm just going to do exercises. Like, did you know you can do an exercise just jumping? Jumping. You're supposed to jump, wait 30 seconds, jump, wait 30 seconds, or you can stomp, and your legs think, oh, she must be building up her bones, so we better make them stronger. Hey, I didn't make it up, someone else did. So, I go downstairs to Jerry's office, I'll go, and I'll jump in the office. And then I'll wait 30 seconds and I'll jump over to his desk. It's a wonder the man doesn't just leave me permanently, I tell you. I'm sure there's no wife nuttier than the one he's got. But watch it, I promise you, you'll love it. But, so what was my point? Doctors Berg and Mary. Oh, and that Dr. Berg has, it's probably a real old video, and it has his wife. He has a wife named Karen, and they're in their kitchen, and Karen is making bread that's not bread. It looks like bread, but it doesn't have any wheat flour or white flour in it. It has almond flour and coconut flour, and you make it in a real strange way. But you can eat it even on a keto diet. So I am going to make some of that. I can't make it in my bread machine that I know of, but I'm going to try making some of that. So you could just go to Dr. Berg and look up healthy bread, or Karen makes healthy bread, or something like that. I'm going to try that. I haven't had any bread for over a week. I've lost maybe 2 more pounds. I started out at 156. I'm now riding 150. Right at it. I told Jerry, if this scale doesn't say 149 pretty soon, I'm going to go eat a loaf of bread. This is ridiculous. But I'm working on it. And I don't really miss the bread. I really don't. Except he keeps eating it in front of me, and that doesn't happen. He could eat the whole loaf. And he's 175, and he'll come in here and say, well, I'm 173 today. I'm like, what is with you? Good gravy. Isn't it funny how when you're old, the women are always huge and the men are always skinny sticks? It's so funny. Oh, well, you gotta laugh. Oh, I started to tell you, you remember the ABC challenge? Well, we're up to D as in dog. So I told Philly yesterday, I said I tried to make a D top, and I did 3 Ds. I did a dolman, a Dondi, Diana. Dolman, Dondi, Diana, all together. I don't know if I will ever wear it anywhere. The thing is, you were supposed to use lace. And Judy made a top, and her friend made a top, and they made lace that was the same color as the t-shirt. Well, I only had one thing that you would even call lace. Where is it? It's on the floor here somewhere. So you know I'm not a lace and ruffles and ribbons kind of person. I'm just not. But I happen to have this. I don't ever buy lace, but I happen to have this. And it's soft and it stretches. So I thought, well, okay, I'll use that as my lace. Well, I didn't want to use white on white for some reason. I think because, I know why. Because I wanted to use an ITY knit. And all of my ITY knits are prints. None of them are solids. I need to start buying some solids. Because if I'd had a white solid, I could have used that with this. So I chose this crazy looking fabric right here. This one. This is an ITY knit. I knew it would drape really good for the collar. And it has white in it. So I thought, well, I'll just use that and then I'll put the lace on, like in the Diana top. I mean, I didn't come up with this idea. Judy Kessiker did. Oh, there's the lace all on the floor at my feet. Okay, so where's my top? You can probably see it over there on the door. So here's the D's. The sleeves are not hemmed. The bottom is hemmed. The sleeves are not hemmed yet. It's the last thing I've got to do. That's why it's still in here. So Dolman, Dondi, and Diana. So I put the lace on like they had their lace on, only their lace was beautiful, intricate lace, and they cut around the flowers in the lace and laid it across their top. So it was way, 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 way prettier. But this is what I had. And then I decided to put a little piece of it up here in the Dondi collar. So I haven't shown it to Jerry yet. It was like the day I was making this, Zorro came riding through my room with his partner. What was his partner's name? Pronto or something. He took a sword and went pew pew and chopped my blouse in half. And so I had to put it back together with lace. Anyway, sometimes I look at it and I think, oh, that's cute. And other times I just think, oh my goodness, am I ever going to wear that? So you can see this part just hangs down in the front. So, be kind. be kind. This is going down in history as Joy's D-top for the ABC Challenge with Fit Nice Systems. Remember, you can go to Facebook under Sewing Sisters, and you can, I wish Judy had put this separately because there's so many other posts about her kids on vacation and her granddaughter playing and so many other posts that the challenge just gets lost in there. But if you look around, you can find the things that other people have made. I haven't won yet because there's some really talented people that are making really hard things. But, you know, they need to have a consolation prize for things like this. You want me to put it on? Oh, please, are you sure? Okay, hold on. So, this is it. Remember, the sleeves aren't up yet. They're going to be hemmed up. Hemmed up, hemmed up. This one's a little bit pinned up. This one's nothing. So I was thinking maybe I could like take some tucks in here and like kind of like that. I kind of like that. Let me pin that so I don't lose it. This is my Dondi Dolman Diana. I thought maybe I should put some trim around here. I tried and it's just like, everybody look here at me and forget I have a head. So that didn't work. So I popped that off of it. And then I thought maybe some ribbon. And then I thought maybe just remove the lace altogether. And I would. Except I have attached it with steam-a-seam. Oh boy. Maybe, just maybe, I could have enough material left to like attach it. Attach it like this at the bottom. Hey, I might do that. That might be a cool style. You know, mistakes are a big reason how things get invented. I even thought about tying a big bow and sticking it there. A big ribbon. It's like, everybody in the whole world stare at Joy's belly. This is an insert, real quick insert. I wanted to show you, I did a little more work on my Dondi Dolman Daisy top, and I think I like it now. I haven't had it on me, but I've got it on Lucy. You see, let me do a little close-up. I added a little decorative corner there. See the little daisies that sort of match the lace that I covered up that unfinished point with. And you can see there's still some steam-a-seam, but I'm going to get that off of there. I've got some glue remover stuff, and I think that'll get that steam-a-seam off. And I took the big point off. I thought, I wonder if this would look better without that long point on it. And then you can see up here at the collar how I added the little piece of lace right here. See? So I really like that. I think that's super cute right there. So I like it, like it, like it. I really like the top of it. And I'm working on the bottom. So, I don't know. We shall see. Now, I know Judy will say it's amazing no matter what you put up there, but, you know, when somebody uses your pattern and makes your design, you know, you appreciate it. So that's the back of Lucy. See, that would have been a really pretty top if I just left all that white stuff off of it. I like the print. It's very different. Oh well. You know what? It's even got a little black in it. Look at that. So let's do a side view. There's the side. And there's the other side. So if my husband just can't stand it with the lace on the bottom, I'll just stand sideways next to him. End of insert. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys sometime in the near future. Bye for now.